welcome to the Intel Brief. Today is Tuesday, 1 April. I'm your host Daniel, and today we'll be covering China is holding large-scale military drills around Taiwan. The EU prepares a strong plan to hit back at Trump's tariffs, and Moldova has expelled Russian diplomats for aiding a fugitive MP. So firstly, China conducted extensive military drills around Taiwan on Tuesday, involving air, sea, and rocket forces as a severe warning against separatism. The People's Liberation Army Eastern Theater Command emphasized the drills were meant to safeguard China's sovereignty and national unity. Taiwan's Minister of National Defense tracked 19 Chinese naval vessels, including the aircraft carrier, within its defense zone. In response, Taiwan deployed warships and activated missile systems. Beijing, viewing Taiwan as part of its territory, has not ruled out using force to bring it under control, while most Taiwanese favor their de facto independence. The drills also targeted Taiwan's president, whom China labels as a separatist. A video on Chinese social media depicted Lai as a green cartoon bug with the words "parasite courting ultimate destruction." Taiwan's defense minister criticized China's actions as provocative and not conducive to peace. Taiwan's presidential office condemned China's behavior as escalatory and called for an end to military provocation. The latest drills follow months of rising tensions, with China regularly sending military planes and ships towards Taiwan, including a large-scale exercise 2 weeks ago. So what? This is a significant show of force and a signal that the West and other Asian countries should take clearly. A naval blockade such as this is one of the possible courses of action for China in an eventual Chinese takeover of Taiwan. While it is highly likely that China will withdraw after this exercise, it is possible that in a year or two, this is exactly how their offensive will start. I hope the world is taking note. And next, the European Commissioner, President Ursula von der Leyen, expressed her hope to avoid a trade war with the United States, but emphasized that Brussels has a strong plan to respond to any tariffs imposed by Washington. US President Donald Trump is expected to announce a series of tariffs aimed at multiple countries, which he has termed a Liberation Day, to address perceived unfair trade imbalances. Von der Leyen stressed the importance of negotiation solutions, but assured the European Union it is prepared to protect its interests if necessary. She highlighted that Europe holds significant leverage in trade, technology, and market size, and is ready to take firm countermeasures if required. The announcement of potential tariffs by Trump has created uncertainty in the markets, leading to a broad sell-off in equities and concerns about a possible recession. The German auto industry in particular is alarmed with an impending 25% tariff on car imports. Since Trump's return to the White House, the EU has faced several US tariff measures, including a 25% levy on steel and aluminum. Von der Leyen noted that many Europeans felt disheartened by the US confrontational approach and called for a constructive solution to maintain the world's largest and most prosperous trade relationship. So what? Unfortunately, it seems highly unlikely that Trump is going to back down, meaning that a trade war in the short to medium term is likely. This will almost certainly hurt consumers in both regions, possibly leading to significant economic hardship. What is interesting is Trump's inability to show what could be done to avoid these tariffs and how he hopes to make use of it to make America great again, as he says. All I see in the future is higher prices for consumers, both in America and in the European Union. And lastly, tensions between Moldova and Russia have escalated after Moldova expelled 3 Russian diplomats, declaring them persona non grata, due to actions that they allegedly violated diplomatic responsibilities. This move followed accusations that the Russian embassy in Chisinau helped a pro-Russian lawmaker evade a prison sentence. The lawmaker, sentenced to 12 years in absentia for illegally funding a political party linked to fugitive businessman Ilan Shaw, was reportedly transported to Transnistria by the Russian embassy. Russia's foreign ministry has promised retaliatory measures, though they have not provided specifics. Moldova's president condemned Russia's actions as direct interference in Moldova's judicial system, emphasizing that the country's pro-European stance and its aim to join the EU by 2030. The diplomatic rift is part of a series of clashes, including previous expulsions of Russian diplomats over spying allegations. As Moldova prepares for parliamentary elections in autumn, the government continues to track down illegal funding linked to pro-Russian interests, with recent detention of political figures around the country. So what? It is encouraging to see Moldova taking proactive steps ahead of the elections later this year. We've observed in other countries that attempted action during or after elections can have significant negative consequences, which can provide a significant propaganda advantage to hostile states. However, it is highly likely that Russian intelligence will continue to work diligently to influence the situation in Moldova, as it is crucial for their anti-EU operations. As the election approaches, I'm sure we can expect tensions to escalate, with increased activity from both sides, both supporting and countering Russian influence. Thank you for tuning in to the Intel Brief, your daily update on global geopolitics, brought to you by HM Intelligence. You can support the show by sharing with your friends or leaving us a 5-star review. And if you're curious to learn more about intelligence, why not check out one of our courses in the description below. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you next time.